It's kind of funny that you can leave this quest. You can basically ignore this quest at this point and just go and do your own business. I don't think it ever fails, which means the shootout could be going on for like weeks, and you can just leave it there happening. We don't want to do that. We don't need to do that. All we need to do, we're unarmed. We're just going to walk forward towards the NCR. We're not taking out our weapons. I'm not going to unholster any weapons. We're looking for Kieran. There's Kieran. Hello, Kieran.
This isn't really a good time. What did you want?
The king wants to help with the relief effort.
Like he helped the envoy we sent? No thanks.
That wasn't him. He didn't even know an envoy was sent.
Then he should watch his back. We know for a fact that the envoy made it to their headquarters. Still, if the king's willing to deal with us, perhaps we can work something out. I'll tell my men to stand down.
Hooray! With that taken care of, we ended things peacefully. No one else had to die. You know, aside from all these kings that had to die. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Because now we get their things. It's Pacer's fault, not mine. Ooh, we just got sleepy time off of that guy. Hey, Pacer, you have anything to say for yourself?
The king just sent a messenger over, saying these guys are off limits. He's probably already heard about what you did here. Looks like you get to be a hero. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Good for you. And now I'm going to loot the rest of them. Yeah, I figured with the randomizer we'd have some good stuff on our hands. Well, okay. Of course I say that and you get the guy with a BB gun. But the rest of them had some pretty good loot on them. So yeah. Now I can head back to the king, which is very nice. And basically conclude this whole questline with the kings. Except for, you know, Rex, which is a very important quest that we may not be able to do it. It might have locked us out of it, which would be a shame. I hope not. Step inside. Head right over here to the king. Say hi to the king.
I heard all about what happened. Maybe it's time for a little more talking and a little less fighting. You've helped us plenty, so I'll tell you what. Just this once, name whatever you want, and if I can make it happen, it's done. Don't rush it, though. Toss it around in your head a little. You only get one favor from the king.
Hooray! And we level up. Very nice. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D8 reroll an 8. There we go. Come on, something good. Reroll an 8. 6. Speech. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's... Oh, sneak, not speech. I'll take it. Up to 80, and then D6. 2. Explosives. Very useful. And now perks. Give me just a second. 26. So reroll a 27 or above. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Demented Inventor. Great. At least we're getting these out of the spawn pool. And in just a moment we'll get another perk. There we go. And while I'd love to be able to get the level 30 perks, because that's Implant GRX and Burden to Bear, which is pretty great, we can't. That's against the rules. So it's reroll a 25 or above. That's a 91. That's a 13. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll take Sniper. It's not bad. Is it really 13? Is that really 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Huh. I just had to double check that because that's interesting. I didn't realize there were 13 options here. That's good to know. On a single screen. And now, will the king divulge anything else about Rex? And I get Ninja and the Professional. Take a look at those real quick. Ninja's actually incredibly good. When attacking with melee or unarmed, gain a plus 15% critical chance on every strike. Sneak attack criticals do 25% more damage than normal. Incredibly powerful. And the professional. There it is. Your sneak attack criticals with pistols, revolvers, and SMGs, whether guns or energy weapons, inflict an additional 20% damage. Pretty nice. And
Things have been a lot better since you helped with those soldier boys. Thanks again. So, what can I do for you?
it's been 5 minutes and things are better. Yeah, I can't do anything about Rex.
I'll see you later.
That's a little worrying, but I'm sure we'll get it sorted out. Probably.
Hey.
Maybe. Oh boy, we're not going to be able to sort it out, are we? Alright, I gotta do a couple of admin things really quickly, and then we can actually go and make our way over towards a new little adventure. So I'll see you guys in just a second for that. Yeah, so I was just on my way to go take care of a couple things, get ready for the next little objective I wanted to do, but if you look out that window, when I came back to Good Springs, turns out that Behemoth mod just puts one right here. So I figured, you know, we might as well give that a shot real quick. Yeah, so far it seems like the two mods I installed for this, these episodes, the Skeletons mod and the Behemoth mod. I mean, it's neat to have Behemoths back, and the Skeletons at first were kind of funny, but, the fact that they're everywhere makes it a little less special. Oh, we got a Deathclaw here. A blind Deathclaw. Come on. Please punch the Deathclaw. Thank you. There. That only hurt a little bit.
Head's ringing like an alarm clock.
Yeah, well, I was slapped at least twice by the Deathclaw, so you're not that special, Cass. Yeah, with that dealt with, let's go deal with the Behemoth. Let's see. Once I can VATS him and see how many hit points he actually has, I'll be feeling a little better. Maybe. Well, should probably start with the BB gun for that spicy initial crit. That wasn't bad. Cass. Sorry, Cass. Got someone else shooting missiles. Oh, the Lake Lurk. Punch the Behemoth. It's fine. I've got auto-inject stim packs for this purpose. Got him. Ow. Be a great time for me to actually knock something over. And there's a war going on over there. That's fine. Okay. Alright. I think the Behemoth is dead. Good. I'm crippled. Very crippled. Let's fix that. Doctor's bag and some salad. There we go. That'll start healing me up nice and tidy. And what did you have on you? I don't want to eat the Behemoth. Bunch of ammo, bunch of mines. A little bit of random garbage, but I'll take it. That's about what you'd expect from a Behemoth back in Fallout 3, so that makes sense. Is Cass still? Yes, Cass is still alive. That's good. But yeah, this was just a little detour since I had to come through here. Okay. So I'm gonna go do the second part of what I needed to do real quick, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, we're just gonna ignore the war that's happening over there. Apparently we're getting experience for it. Not sure I necessarily believe that. Oh, crap. We're near Novak. Boone should be fine. It'll tell me if Boone died. I think. I hope Boone doesn't die. He's kind of important. As one of our best friends. But yeah. So we have Veronica back in tow. Let me see if the game can survive me looking at her. There she is. Veronica's back with us. And we're actually going to go continue with some of her quests. For a couple of reasons. One is that actually in doing Old World Blues, we've reached enough speech that we can survive the end of her quest and not cause a whole lot of problems, which is great news. Into Gibson's shack. And we've got a bit of a funky little place here. Just got to take a couple looks around. There are a couple of things of note. I'm just going to grab those real quick and point out anything that's of real major interest. You've got one of the only naturally spawning wood chippers in the game right here, so take that if you like weird curiosities. Except you probably shouldn't because it weighs 50 pounds. The area is full of valuable alcohol and quite a few chems as well. So definitely useful if you like those. Yeah, I've gotten like 3 or 4 mentats, 3 psycho, 2 medics. Pretty good haul. But more importantly than all of that, we've got the computer terminal right here. Which if I log in, I can download the research notes.
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology.
What's a pulse gun? We have the pulse gun.
Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun.
And farming technology?
More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course.
And tell me about the rangefinder.
It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios-1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios-1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip.
And we should go after the farming technology, because the rangefinder has some problems. The pulse gun we have and we don't want to get rid of, and also the vault, where you normally get the pulse gun, is a nightmare. So let's go after the vegetation technology.
Okay, what better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran.
And let's go find it.
I like the way you think.
Okay, so we now have Veronica in tow, and the game is once again telling us to go to Vault 22. Gee, it feels like we really should go to Vault 22. I'm not going to bring the pulse gun back. Pulse gun is mine, understand me?
Quiet.
But yeah. So we now have like 4 quests pointing us towards Vault 22, and there's a 5th one soon enough that'll be doing the same thing. I think we can still get the component for that when we stop by there the first time. So it's time to finally head up north to Vault 22. So I'll meet you guys in just a moment when we head up there. Alright, we're up by the Harwitz Farmstead, which does have some Vipers in it.
Careful,
So let's just do one of these. That cleared them out nice and easily. You know, these guys actually had some pretty good gear to hand, so it's probably for the best that I nuked them without them having a chance to fight back. And yes, technically not an actual nuke, but who needs those? Those are expensive. But blowing up some Vipers isn't why we're here. Obviously, if we head a little bit down the road, and if Cass doesn't kill herself in a mine, we actually have a very important objective right over here. Have to be a little careful in this area because the occasional Cazador spawn is over here. And while there won't be Cazadors today, I hate to think that the game will come up with something more dangerous. Or a giant rat. That might also be what we run into. But more importantly...
More energy weapons hit this caravan. Place has been picked clean.
This is Brotherhood-level murder here. But they don't do things like that. This was done with a purpose. Let's poke around a bit, see what we can find. Might be something in the wreckage.
It's a good thing Veronica didn't hear you. That would be kind of a... not chill. To immediately accuse the Brotherhood of such a murder, but you get where Cass is coming from.
What's that? Looks like a map. Got the route along the west of Vegas, and they've marked another spot. Over here along this stretch. That's fucked up. Middle of nowhere.
Want to go check it out?
Yeah. Something's wrong. I can feel it. It's not any closer than the first. So if you'd rather let be, let me know.
And we'll make the time.
Alright then, let's move out.
Alright, now we have a third caravan spot. Now, very importantly, we want to be very careful moving forward with this quest. Because if we proceed any further, we're past the point of no return. Which is a bit of a problem, because there's one more quest I want to check out before we finish Cass's quest. But the good news is, now that that's done, we can forget about Heartache by the number. And where is it? There we go. A quest we acquired a long time ago. There stands the grass. We can finally go and start working towards that. It's right up here. Yeah, we got ghost people, robo-brains, spore plants. Ironically, that spore plant's actually in a vaguely correct area. And all we want to do is try and reach this place without too much trouble. Could have used a quieter gun than the, you know, missile launcher. Okay, the grenade launcher's not much better. Where's the... Why is this thing at the back of my hotkeys? Just clear out a bit of a path for us. We don't need to deal with those guys. Live and let live. That's something we don't do very often in this series. Because anything and everything wants to kill us most of the time. So if they're too far away to cause a problem, let's just avoid them. It may not be very fun, but we've got more than enough things that we have to take care of in here anyways. But yeah, you can see as we approach, it's a very different area than what we've seen so far. Verdant and green and pretty. This is Vault 22. Which of course has the interesting little project that they were working on. Wait a minute, this isn't Vault 22. This is a rock. I've been bamboozled. We have to keep going this way. Or further this way. This area is... I didn't think this area was this confusing. I think there might be another mod just adding stuff over here, but that's fine. Here we go, down here. Arriving from a bit of a weird angle, but this is Vault 22. Where there was some intriguing farming tech going on. We'll just have to see if there's anything weird about it. But considering this is Fallout, and considering the fact that the vaults were all terrible experiments, yeah, we can expect that something has gone wrong. We enter inside, and this is actually a pretty big area. So this might take a hot minute to get through. We've got a restored terminal. Expedition Entry 1. I've established a temporary camp inside the entrance of the vault. Power inside is minimal, but still running, and I've managed to hack into one of the security terminals. Logs show that several people have entered the vault over the past few months, but none have left. Getting late, so I'll resume the expedition in the morning. Keeley out. Very important. We have our name, Keeley, someone we're actually looking for. The growth in the interior matches the exterior to a T. It's a little surprising given the scarcity of sunlight in the entrance room, but even more surprising is that they seem to originate from further below. Maybe that fool Hildern was onto something after all. Since my Pip-Boy is on the fritz, I'll try to keep a running log of my discoveries in whatever computers I can find and collate the data before leaving. So yes, Keeley seems to have left some notes behind at the very least, with some useful information. Mostly the fact that she was actually here. Which, to be fair, expecting someone to make it all the way here without running into any trouble on their own, bit of a tall order in and of itself. So, yeah, just gonna head through these plant-infested tunnels, and I can't wait to see how broken this vault is in the randomizer. You'll see in a moment what I mean. Good news, we can repair this elevator, which can bring us to basically any floor, which is great. Let's just explore a little bit further down here, just to make sure I don't miss anything too interesting, unless this is another load zone. It is. So in that case, let's take the elevator. Because after all, since the elevator requires a skill check to repair, it's typically a bit of a better option for travel. Let's just go down to the second level. And if I sneak around this corner, obviously, well, okay, I guess the elevator didn't save us that much time. That's fine. We've got the lab right here. Overgrown and decrepit. What's this door? Doesn't have a marker. This door doesn't have a marker. Let's check this one. Lots of plants. More plants. And if I go into here, would you believe it? More plants. And another restored terminal. Let's check that out, obviously. Noise complaint. Could maintenance look into the ductwork here on level 2 again? I knew guys took a look at this last week, but I swear the noise is back. I even have other people that can back me up on this time, too. So Keeley, in that case, was just fixing up the terminal to find out what the doors were talking about. I figured this would happen. You see, this area is normally crawling with spore plants and the plant monsters. Because of the randomizer, they're giant queen ants. So let's just deal with that real quick. There we go. Yeah, expect that to happen a lot in this vault. Who knows what we're going to run into. Kind of makes it scarier, although giant plant monsters is kind of scary already, so you know. And all we have to do from this point is continue traveling through the tunnels. That leads back into the room we were already in. We got purple lights. Purple's a good color. Another terminal. Expedition Entry 3. Level seems to be devoted to the study of atmospheric effects on plants. The concentration on producing plants with a high oxygen yield. Given the problems these vaults were known to have, it sounds like a reasonable avenue of research. That's true. Plants, vaults definitely, you know, had some problems. So it makes sense to have low oxygenated plants. Strange, but some sections of the machinery down here appear to have been modified for some unknown purpose. Restraints regarding oxygen content and systemic pressure have been bypassed. Well, that's not good. I've been hearing a strange chittering sound for some time now, and finally discovered its source. There's some kind of giant mantises that have taken residence in the vault. I almost ran smack into one the other day, but the creatures don't appear to react to my presence at all. Perhaps the others sent here ran afoul of the creatures, but I can't see how a few scattered insects could pose much of a problem to experienced mercs. Yeah, about that. Continue on through here. We've got what sounds like night stalkers through there. Always good. Check inventory. Retrieving inventory info. Doesn't seem to have done anything. But this room is important. We'll be looping around to here later on. Those lockers over there are actually one of our main targets. But we'll get back to that in a little bit. But now that's basically this level taken care of. Which means we can make our way downstairs. We could take the stairs, but again, the stairs are for losers. We're taking the elevator. Oh no. It's a cow. How terrifying. We've got a little bit of radiation, which makes me think we have some sort of maybe glowing one around one of these. Yep. Where are you? You're not in there. There we go. Dealt with you nice and easily. We've got robots.
Got him spotted.
There we go. And loot all the monsters, take their things. More radiation. I don't remember this area being that irradiated, but it makes sense. Got another restored terminal. And a food additive. Status report 9228. Yields continue to improve. Splicing together cultivar GN188 with the existing corn samples have produced a hybrid that responds better to the artificial lights we have. On a side note, Dr. Peters has missed this third straight day due to illness. His work ethic hasn't exactly been stellar to this point, so I'm requesting confirmation from the clinic that he is in fact sick. 9253. On a lark, the guys down pest control sent up a sample of a substance one of their specimens secretes to attract insects. Tests showed that the substance has a mood-altering effect on smaller mammals. If anyone volunteers, we can begin human testing soon. Quite a number of the staff have begun to show symptoms of some sort of viral infection. Oh good. I've begun to order them to stay in bed and recover. By this rate, there won't be anyone left due to research. Oh dear. 9312. Not much to report today. The mood is unusually somber in the wake of Dr. Peters' passing. There's a strange rumor going around that the commotion downstairs was caused by, of all things, Dr. Peters' corpse suddenly animating and attacking people. I don't know who would start such a vicious rumor, but it is in exceptionally bad taste. Oh dear. Oh, we do have there's an evil rad roach in this bush. And he had a magazine. Can't trust reading roaches. Back onto this hallway. Keep pressing forward. More creepy monsters in here. Ah, I think those are technically the mantises. There are supposed to be some mantises in this area, in addition to the spore monsters. And that's them. There's no door over here. Let's head down this way. It's literally nothing. We've dealt with far worse. The plant monsters are creepy, but they're not that dangerous. And there's none of them here. Okay, Cass, I get it. Terminal. Security request. Assistant Mathers went into the caves at 1846 today and still hasn't returned. Requesting security escort for science personnel to conduct a search. Medical emergency. We need a medical team up here now. Dr. Peters just returned with one of the security escorts who was horribly wounded. When I asked him where the other security officer was, he just paled and shook his head. In the meantime, Dr. Bailey has ordered that the door to the caves be sealed until a further investigation can take place. Help! Is anyone down there? Security is trying to hold off, well, I don't know what they're trying to hold off. Please send security up at once. With Dr. Bailey watching over his sick wife and daughter in their quarters down in the common area, I'm officially in charge of the level, and I'm requesting security at once. We'll see how that went. Can't open that. We can try and open it here, but I believe... Access denied, yes. We need to find another way to open this door. With that in mind, we can head back down here. We've got more rooms. Ah, this leads into the room from the other side. Fine. There's another terminal. Have we read this one? No, we've got more entries on Healy's expedition. Finally found some of the bodies of the scientists that lived here. They appeared to be overgrown with some sort of lichen. They blend in so with the other growth that I walked right by several of them without even noticing them. I've taken the proper precautions, but the lichen doesn't seem to be contagious, at least to ghouls. This level appears to be where they performed most of the research the NCR is interested in. I've been able to collect a little, but the vast majority of the data from the research done here is inaccessible. I'll have to find the main backups and download from there. It seems we've alerted someone to our presence. It's probably fine, though. Got more stairs. And more stairs. Hey! Does this actually lead down to the... No, it doesn't. In that case, once again, I am taking the elevator. Because it's an elevator. Elevator... to the... Are we on the third? Yeah, I guess we are on the third level. Alright, down to level 4. Now, this area is a little more on the interesting side, just because this is where we start to run into things a bit more, often. Yes, the whole atrium is overgrown. It actually has 4 carriers. That's great news. That means that our character's not having crazy hallucinations. There's actually a spore monster down here. This guy is supposed to be a surprise mantis. That is all.